Welcome back. Now, listen, this is a very odd coincidence. I've just realised because, you know, we've been having there's been a sort of Gallic French influence on the show tonight, and my next guest is, in fact, French. And every time he's here, he kind of annoys me. And... And I thought, oh, he's going to think I did this on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened to be, you know, a French guy in the audience and a French girl who, you know, lives... Well, yeah, anyway, you were here. Anyway, my next guest is an educator and marine preservationist. He's the host of Ocean Adventures. He's a good friend of the show, but not of mine personally. Very, 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 very lovely. Jean-Michel Cousteau, everybody. Jean-Michel Cousteau. I am so sorry about all the French stuff. I did not do that on purpose. It was just it happened to...
Sure.
Oh, come on, man.
Sure.
Look, it just... if there was so... Have you met... There's a French guy up there. Do you know him?
No, I saw it. There's 55 million of us, you know.
Really? That many?
Yeah.
I find that rather alarming, Jean-Michel.
It's a lot more than Scottish.
It's a lot more. It's 50 million more than Scottish. There's only 5 million Scottish people.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go there soon.
Really? To Scotland?
Yep.
Why on earth would you do that?
They've invited me.
Really? Are you going to study some marine life in Scotland?
Are you allowed there?
What, me? Nah, they're kind of angry at me, I think.
They've invited me. I'm
Really?
going to Elgin.
Elgin?
Yeah.
It's actually quite nice in Elgin. In fact, it's very nice in Elgin.
It's beautiful place.
Yeah. Well, are you going to... Is there a marine animal that's...
No, I'm going to give a presentation.
To a marine animal?
That's right, because I've learned from you, who is a great traveler, and last time I had the privilege of seeing you, you went diving with sharks.
I did. I went to the Bahamas. Remember? I said I was going to, and I went, and I did the dive with it, and the sharks were there.
You were frightened.
I was frightened, yeah.
Leaving, and I told you not to be scared.
Yeah.
Not to be afraid. Sharks are nice. And by the same token, I said that I had applied for your job.
Well, let me say the same thing to you about Scotland. Don't be afraid. Scottish people are nice, and
But
you'll
they
be all
speak
right.
funny.
They do speak funny, but they're a bit like sharks in many respects. Do you know there was one point though? You've been diving many times with sharks, right? These were Caribbean reef sharks. They're not particularly vicious. They were quite
nice.
tame, right?
They're very nice.
But there was a point when we were feeding them. When we were...
You're not supposed to do that.
Nah, I know you're not supposed to do it. And we were feeding them, and there was a lot of them around, and at a certain point I thought, this is actually dangerous. There's something that's going to go wrong here. And nothing did, but I thought that it might.
Well, now that you survived, I renew my invitation to go diving with you.
I would love to go diving with you,
Well,
but you go diving with the orca in Fiji. I can't go to there. Look at me, man. I can't go there.
Can't you take 3 days?
I can't. Is it only 3 days to go to Fiji?
No, we'll go right out here.
What, here?
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to dive with here in
We'll
California?
dive in the kelp. You'll see
Kelp?
some great white sharks.
I don't want to see any great white sharks. What? What the hell would I want to see a great white... I've seen sharks, thank you very much. They're lovely. A great white shark is not...
Okay, we'll go where there's no great white sharks. I'll tell them to get out of there. But it's beautiful, the kelp. It's like being a bird in Sequoia Park.
Yeah, but how do I know there's not a great white lurking?
I'll talk to him.
Look, I don't mean this in any way disrespectfully, but I don't in any way trust you. Just saying, I think that you might have some fun at my expense and your great white friends.
Told you I'm looking for your job.
Oh, well, it's going to look suspicious,
Let's
though.
go diving. We'll have
all right,
fun.
we'll go diving. Yeah, all right. Now, tell me, what are you most concerned about environmentally right now? What's the...
Well, as I'm sure you know, like everybody else does, the most dramatic environmental catastrophe other than wars has happened in the Gulf of Mexico.
In the Gulf, yes, of course. How is the cleanup going?
Well, the cleanup will be going on for decades. You're talking about all kinds of situations where right now we don't see it, so we think, you know, everything is okay.
Right.
what about those turtles that have come and laid their eggs, and people, rightfully so, went to recover the eggs because if the oil or the dispersant touch it, the embryo would die.
Right.
They bring it into their lab.
Mm-hmm.
They let the turtles being born, which is great. And then they take the baby turtles and bring it to the east coast of Florida in clean water. Right. And 2 years from now, some of these females will come back to lay their eggs exactly where they were born. Are they going to go in the lab?
Well, they'll turn up at the lab?
So...
Excuse me.
That's right.
I don't know if you remember me.
What about those dolphins who gave birth in the oil and the dispersant and are breastfeeding them?
What will happen? What will happen to these turtles?
We don't know. We want to find out.
Right, okay.
And that's why it's not over. I think it's going to go on for decades. Right. We want to know what's happening with the reproduction of the fish that we are harvesting. Right. We want to know what's happening with the food chain, the plankton, which is the foundation of anything alive in the ocean. So our plan, other than having spent almost 2 months there and being the first one underwater, and one of my photographers had to escape because she was burning with the oil on her skin. Really? Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, good Lord.
And what's going to happen to this fisherman who lost his job? His brother works in the oil industry. Look at the cost to us of that catastrophe, because we pay for it at the pump. Right. You know, it's just being passed on to the consumers. Right. So what about the shareholders who didn't get their cut of the profit this year? They're pretty mad.
That's when you'll get some action. Yeah, when rich people start losing money.
By the way.
They're British people?
Yeah.
Well, there's your problem. Well, there you are. Listen, are you still going out diving soon? Because I do want to come out. Yeah, I don't want to go with the great whites though.
No, we won't do great whites. Okay. If you give us a few days, not much. Right. If you don't have a lot of time, we can go nearby.
How long have you been diving?
Over 65 years.
Do we have that footage of Jean-Michel diving? Well, can I see it? I haven't seen it. I get told about it. I want to see it.
Shark attacks are not common, but on this day, Rodney Fox will become a statistic.
Shark attack. An exaggerated fear turning man from the sea or turning them into needless killers. I am Jean-Michel Cousteau.
Can I... Wait. Can I ask you, at what point, because I like the music very much in that clip, at what point does the pizza delivery boy turn up? It's very porno, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to get people attention, and as you can tell, as you see these images, it was a long time ago.
When was that?
Our message hasn't changed. Yeah. It was about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, you can tell.
I'm going to start dyeing my hair.
What color?
White. Jean-Michel Cousteau,
Our technology of past solutions has failed us. And this cleanup alone may cost upwards of nearly $200 billion.